Hey everybody, I'm just going to do a very quick first impressions after a couple weeks, a little late on doing this, of my current knife I just got, and that would be the NBS. Oh, let's get her in frame here. The NBS, that's Northern Bushcraft Survival, the NBS knife from Diving Sparrow Knife Works. Really phenomenal, really happy with this thing. I got it in the, what do we got, 3/16 or the 4.8 mil, 5 mil version. It's got the little extended tang, which has got jimping on the back to help you do some scraping should you want to, you know, whatever use you can come up with for it. Ferro rod perhaps, although the spine is very good on this knife. It's got the hollow tubes, lanyard, pins, hollow pins, whatever you want to call that. Went with the green micarta, toxic green liner. Really happy with that pairing. I really think it, for me, it just really pops. Really happy with it overall. It's got the medium to high saber grind, secondary edge on there. I've dropped the buggers out of it. Comes sharp, of course, as all Abe's knives come sharp. And then, of course, I prefer a ridiculous edge that, let's just say it's a disease I contracted from a certain guy named Dennis. Those of you who know him will know exactly who and what I'm talking about. So I like my edges to be ridiculous, so I just threw a little bit extra stropping onto this guy, just tooled the edge a little bit on my Lansky, and you know, now it's I mean, it's beyond what it needs to be, but I mean, I'm so happy with this knife. I can't begin to tell you. You know, Abe does really good work. Abe is, to the people that know him and to people who don't, he is, in my opinion, and I've had and have quite a collection of knives. You know, everything from Bark Rivers to Esse's to Dogwood Customs to Blind Horse Knives, which is now, of course, Battle Horse and LT Wright. You know, I can't name them all. Enzo, that type of thing. And the most comfortable handle I think you'll ever find. I don't think you're going to find a guy or a knife maker capable of creating a more comfortable handle. Maybe one as good, but not more comfortable. I just can't see how it's possible. His knives, it literally feels like they were made for your hand. You know, it's just, everything's hand done by him. You know, nothing's, you know, machined out in that sense. All the handles and blades are done by him. Phenomenal work. Really happy with this knife. We're looking at, I'll throw all the specs for the length and that in the description, but a little over 5 inches on that. You know, so in and around the 11 centimeter mark. Like I said, I'll throw the exact measurements in the description box, as I usually do. This one's out of ATS 34, which I've really come to enjoy as a knife steel. It holds a fantastic edge. It's you know, I've had one ATS knife now from him, my Sparrow 3. Gosh, it's got to be coming up on a year now, just about. Definitely at the 9-10 month mark, I'm not 100% sure. And just absolutely no corrosion, rusting, nothing, no evidence of it whatsoever. You know, that knife is my neck knife. It sits next to my skin. I sweat on it. You know, I'm out in it with the rain and everything else. No issues whatsoever. Great steel. Like I said, good edge retention. No micro rolls, no chips, no nothing. And this is just a great knife. Absolutely highly recommended to anybody. Let's do a little bit of close-up work here. Went with the stainless steel tubes, hollow tubes on the knife. Just absolutely beautiful. Really like it. Like I said, ridiculously comfortable handles. Really does a good job. I went with the what was it you call it? Textured finish on the micarta, which just gives a little tiny bit of texture. It's not perfectly smooth. More up here by the liners to keep that looking nice and clean. but just the slightest bit of texture really helps with the grip. I've gotten his full polished micarta and had no issues anyway, but I like to get a little bit extra grip when I can, so I went with the textured version. And I don't know what else to say. Like I said, I'll do a more full review, demoing this knife a bit more, but just really happy with it. Like I said, I don't know what else to say. It's fantastic. Highly recommend this knife. Highly recommend Abe to anybody. You know, just no problems. If there's any issues, you know, I've had a couple minor issues, more of a nitpicky preference type of thing for me personally, and Abe has been 100% amazing to straighten out any issues I've had. You know, I had a sheath that wasn't quite as tight a grip as I wanted it. No problem. Took care of that, fixed that right up. You know, anything like that at all, he'll if you're not happy, he'll fix it, put it that way. As any and all knife makers should, and most do. So, you know, like I said, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. There's his logo right there, the Diving Sparrow. And again, it's the NBS, Northern Bushcraft Survival Knife. Phenomenal. Don't know what to tell you. It's great. Give me 2 seconds here, and I'll pull the sheath out. Leather sheath come with it. Awesome. You know, he does really solid sheaths. A thicker grain leather than what I would say I see standard in sheaths. Got a nice, just dyed brown here. I've already gotten it wet a little bit, so I got some streaking in it, but minor stuff, adds character in my opinion, and a little bit of carelessness on my part, but hey, like I said, adds character. I got the belt loop dangler. Comes with some nice buckles here, so you don't have to take your belt off, which is a big factor for me. I like that. It's a simple thing, it's a small thing, but an important one. Got the fire steel loop with mine. Happen to have my Exotac in there. You know, excellent stitching. Never had any stitches pop in any of his sheaths. And I have more than a couple of his knives, actually. Just good craftsmanship. Really happy with it. He also does, although he doesn't necessarily advertise it, I'm giving this away maybe, Abe, I don't know. I feel like keep it hush hush because he's not a big Kydex guy, but he does excellent Kydex. He really does. I don't think he's done a lot because he doesn't get a lot of call for it. Most people go with leather, but I opt for leather and a Kydex when I buy a knife, at least recently. I've been doing that. I like to put the leather away for the winter and usually use the Kydex most of the time. Just something I prefer to do. And his Kydex is great. No issues. Excellent retention on his Kydex. Excellent. And like I said, knife's great. I think I'm not going to quote the price. You can check his site out. The base model for this, I want to say $1095, is in the $200 range. Again, shouldn't be surprised anybody who knows custom knives, especially when they're handmade. None of it's machined, as far as, you know, no laser, CNC crap. It's hand done, hand sharpened. You know, it's just, I was talking the other day, he's doing a full flat ground batch, which he hand rubs the blades. That's a lot of work, you know, and you really see it in the blade, you really see it in the handle. So, well worth the money, let me tell you. This isn't the kind of knife you just buy, you go into the bush and whack around with. For those, you know, hardcore bushcrafter survival guys will say, if you want to get one knife and then have something you're going to pass on to your kids, or have something you're going to have for the rest of your life, you know, you go to a good quality custom knife maker. And that is exactly what Abe is, and this is exactly what this knife is. Good quality, custom piece. Love it, happy with it. Hope you've enjoyed. Wait for my review. You'll see it in the next month or two. That's the NBS by Diving Sparrow. Hope you've enjoyed. As always, any questions, comments, requests, do not hesitate to ask. Thanks so much for watching, and be well.